You don't get to pick the time and the place of an attack, but you do get to pick what you carry every day to protect yourself. In this video, I'm breaking down my everyday carry setup to show you exactly what gear I carry every day to protect myself and my family. Let's do it. What is up, guys? Welcome back to Modern Protector, where we talk about the skills, the tools, and the mindset that you need to protect yourself and your family. Let's get right into the gear that I carry every day. So first up is going to be a flashlight, and the one that I'm carrying right now is the AceBeam UC20. And I really like this one because it makes a really good task light that's not super bright for finding something when you've dropped it, or just like a pocket light that you need when you're searching dark places, but it's not a self-defense encounter type of situation. It's got this button on the side here, so you can push it. That gives you kind of that basic low beam that's spread out pretty good so that you can look for your keys that you dropped in the parking lot or whatever. And then you turn it off the same way. Once you push that button, if you want to hold it down, it will cycle through all of the different settings. Again, I leave it on that low setting for a task light, but then it also has a button on the back that is momentary, and it is that brightest light there. So when you hit that button on the back, that's where your high beam comes in, and it is super bright, super disorienting, really good for shining in dark parking lots to see far away, to see dark corners, and for getting right in someone's face so that they can't see you very well. So could be a good deterrent if someone wants to attack you. The other thing that this one has is you've got that main setting here that all I'm doing is I'm pushing that down really halfway, but it feels like I'm fully pushing it down. And then there's actually another click if you push it harder, and it goes to a strobe setting. So I'm not crazy about a strobe setting. I think that a really bright flashlight beam is just as disorienting as a strobe setting in a self-defense situation. So I'm not all about that life, but if you want one with a quick strobe light, then that's a good one to have. This one is USB-C rechargeable, and they did send this one to me for free to check out. You guys know, if you've watched the channel for a long time, I cycle through flashlights every other month because I've got a ton of them. But this is one that really has stuck with me. It's very similar to like the Streamlight Wedge, but I really like the 2-button settings and just how it's set up like that. So good flashlight, AceBeam UC20. I'll put the link for that one in the description. Next is gonna be my pocket knife. Now, I get flack for this all the time on the channel, but I don't think that a pocket knife is a very good self-defense tool. I know, knife people hate me for this.
How dare you!
Now, there are exceptions to that. If you've got a knife like a stiletto or a spring-bladed knife that is specifically made for when you pull it out of the pocket, it just springs open, or maybe you're just really comfortable with your knife. You've used something like a shot timer to time how quickly you can get your knife out, all of that. My main argument with a pocket knife for self-defense is that if you've got it in your pocket, again, standard folder, then you've got to reach down in your pocket, pull it out, use the force that it needs to sling it open, or turn it upside down so that gravity can open it for you. And again, could you be in a situation where you have the time to do that? Sure. Is it going to be good in a grappling match where you need a knife to protect your life? Probably not.
Let's fight.
I'm not trying to fight, no.
You ready?
No.
So I think a fixed blade knife is better for that. That being said, I can't figure out a way to comfortably carry a fixed blade knife, so I don't have one on me. I just haven't found one that I've fallen in love with yet. But I do use my pocket knife all the time just for everyday tools, opening packages, things that you use a pocket knife for. So this one is a Lothar pocket knife. I have several of their knives, fixed blade and pocket knives, and I really like their knives. So I'll put the link for that in the description as well. The next thing I think is the most important for your concealed carry setup, and most people miss it, and that is pepper spray. This is Palm pepper spray. I love Palm. I've been carrying them for a lot of years now. And this is just the clip model. It's very simple. It goes into your pocket. When you need it, you pull it out, and it's got this flip top safety. And it's really nice. It's a nice little thing to just add to your setup. The reason I think this is so important is because most self-defense encounters are not a deadly force self-defense encounter. So in other words, most of them are people attacking you who don't have weapons, a fist fight, a dog attack, a strong armed robbery, something like that, where a firearm is not justified.
Right! Right!
You cannot legally use deadly force, or you don't want to go to your gun. Maybe you've got someone with a knife, but they are at a distance away from you, or you've got a car or a counter or something in between, and you have the ability to use another tool to protect yourself. I would much rather go to bed and sleep at night knowing that I blessed someone with the hot sauce and made them hurt for a couple hours and they're spending the night in jail, instead of me having to use my firearm and actually taking somebody's life. I really want to avoid that at all costs, but obviously I carry a gun every day because some problems actually do require deadly force in order to stop. Okay, before we get to the gun and holster setup, the next thing is the belt. And this is super important because the belt is the foundation for everything. If you have a crappy, cheap belt and you're trying to hold all the stuff in your pocket, you're trying to hold your gun and all of the things on your belt, and it's flimsy, then your gun's not gonna conceal well, it's gonna be uncomfortable, and it's not gonna be good. I do have like my wallet, my phone, keys, but those are boring. Everybody has those. So this belt is the Agitech Defense Belt, and Ken, the owner, actually sent this one to me just to check out basically when he was designing it, to get some feedback from some people in the industry to say, what do you think? What are some issues with it? Give me your honest feedback. And I have yet to find something that I don't like about it. I really don't have anything but positive feedback. So it's got a little bit of stretch to it. So that's me pulling pretty hard, like just a little bit of stretch to it. It's not flimsy or really flexible, and the stretch only goes from here to here, and then the rest has like a core in it that makes it much harder and more durable. So this little hook, which serves as the buckle, kind of goes on the side, it hooks together, and again, you've got a little bit of stretch to move around, but this piece goes in the front to clip your gun and holster to and hold it really solid against your body. It conceals really well. I love that the buckle is really simplistic and small. Again, they're not a sponsor of the channel. I don't make a dime if you buy one of these, but this is a really good concealed carry belt. Ever since he sent it to me, I've been carrying it pretty much every day, and I absolutely love it. But I definitely think there are other options for concealed carry belt. I've talked about Core before. I think there are really good concealed carry belt too. Maybe a little bit stiffer and more robust than this. So if you want something with a little bit more structure, then Core would probably be better. But this thing is 40 bucks, guys.
That's a low price!
It's much cheaper than most concealed carry belts. It's very simple. Yeah, it's a good one. So go check it out. I'll put the link for that in the description too. Before we get to the gun and holster setup, if you are new to concealed carry and you feel like you're guessing your way through it, then I've got something that will really help you out. I created the Concealed Carry Starter Kit as a short, practical guide that walks you through how to set up your carry gear the right way so it's safe, it's comfortable, and it actually prepares you for self-defense encounters. It helps you skip the steps that I learned from years of carrying the wrong way. If you want to carry comfortably and actually be prepared to protect yourself, then check it out in the link down below. All right, the gun and holster setup. So this is my M&P Shield Plus Carry Comp. It's a mouthful. So basically it is a Shield Plus. It's identical to a Shield Plus. It's just got the built-in compensator. And I like that for a few reasons. I think that the Shield Plus looks a little snubby. It just seems like the handle is kind of long and the barrel's a little bit short. And I've never really been a fan of really short barreled guns because they tend to be a little bit snappier. So I like that it has a longer barrel anyway, but also the compensator really helps with recoil too. It's not a huge difference if you're comparing the two side by side, but it's enough that when you're trying to shoot fast and consistently, it gives you a little bit more control in your shooting. But like I always say, your skills with the gun are way more important than the fancy gadgets that are on the gun. But I've been running the Shield Plus Carry Comp for close to a year now. And I used to carry the Glock 19 before, and I wanted something that was a little bit smaller that I could still carry 13 or 15 rounds in. And this has been a really good gun for that. My one complaint is that the grip, the stippling on the grip is a little too aggressive for me. You could sand it down a little bit if you wanted to. I just put some goon tape over it for now, and that gives me like enough of a grip. I can still actually feel the stippling through that tape, but it's not to the point where it's hurting my hands or scratching my hands like it was before. So I don't really know why it's that aggressive, but other than that, I really like the compensator. I like that it is cut for a red dot. This is the Sealy Cat X Pro. It's definitely more of a budget red dot. I've really liked the way it functions. It works really well. I think that I'm cursed with red dots, guys, because this thing has already died on me twice in the course of a year, which is not supposed to happen. I know you could say like, oh, well, other brands are much better about that. Holosun, for instance, is known for having a really long battery life. I've only owned one Holosun and it literally died like every 60 days. So I think I'm just cursed with red dots. I don't know what it is, but red dots just don't stay alive around me. But that's the carry gun. I really like it. This one is the Performance Center too. I forgot to say that. So it's got the Performance Center trigger, a little bit lighter, a little bit crisper break. Again, your skills matter way more than the gadgets on the gun, but I really like this gun. For the last few weeks, I've been carrying it in this Vetter holster, and I really like this setup. It's really simple. The claw is very small. It's got one clip, but it's wide enough to where the gun's not gonna lean one way or the other. And then their holsters have an option to add a holster wedge. So they come with the Velcro and everything. You can just stick it on there to make it more comfortable and a little bit more concealed. So I really like their holsters. It clicks into place really well, holds retention very well, and they come in a ton of different colors. So really like that holster setup as well. So I want to hear from you. What is in your everyday carry setup and what are you missing? Let me know in the comments down below. If you gained value from this video, don't forget to like and subscribe down below. And until next time, be alert, stand firm in your faith, be strong, be courageous, and let all that you do be done in love. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.